Hello friends, in this video I will be explaining Floyd-Warshall algorithm. So this is all pair shortest path algorithm. In my previous video I've already explained Bellman-Ford and Dijkstra, which was the single source shortest path algorithms. But in this video we have to find the shortest distance between all pair of vertices which are there in the graph. So suppose this is the graph, okay, having vertices 1 2 3 4. So the task is to find the shortest distance between all the vertices of the graph. So the main logic that Floyd-Warshall algorithm uses is that suppose there is a vertex I and j, okay. So shortest distance between vertex I comma j will be what? It will be minimum of the distance between I comma j and the distances between I to k plus k to j. Okay, k to j. So this is the main logic behind Floyd-Warshall algorithm. Like consider two vertex I comma j. So suppose this is the vertex I, this is vertex j. Okay, so the shortest path between vertex I comma j will be either the edge connecting both the vertex I and j, or it can be via intermediate vertex. Okay, it can be via intermediate vertex. Like from I to k, suppose this is I, this is j, and this is k. From I to k or k and k to j. So I to k there will be a weight associated with it. From k to j also there will be a weight associated with it. So on adding I to k and k to j will get the distances between the vertex I and j. So this will be one path and this will be the second path. So minimum of both this path will help to find the shortest distance between I and j. So if we see in this graph, we find that at k equals to 0, it means that there are no intermediate vertices. So if there will not be any intermediate vertices, then direct edges will be considering as a shortest distance path. So like from vertex 1 to 3 minus 2 value on the edge is there. So if we see that from 1 to 3, direct connection having weight value minus 2. Similarly from 2 to 1, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 2. In this there are no intermediate vertices. Now if we see at k equals to 1, so k equals to 1 means 1 act as an intermediate vertex. So the path in which 1 is intermediate vertex will find the shortest path. Okay, so if we see in the graph, we find that 2 1 3 is the path. Okay, 2 1 3 is the path having intermediate vertex as 1. Similarly, if we see k equals to 2, we find that vertex 2 is the intermediate vertex, and the path having vertex 2 as an intermediate vertex, we need to find those paths like 4 2 1 3 4 2 1. Okay, so if we going to solve this problem, there is an easy approach. Like first we'll construct the matrix, the adjacency matrix of this graph. Okay, the adjacency matrix of this graph, and all the diagonal value will be 0. Like the shortest path between vertex 1 to itself will be what? It will be 0. Okay, suppose that in a graph there is a vertex which is not reachable from any of the vertices, which is not reachable from any of the vertices. So in that case, the distance between unreachable vertex and the current vertex will be like infinite. Okay, it will be infinite. So if there is no path from a vertex to other vertex, or if some vertex is not reachable from a current vertex, then at that case what we will do, we will fill the value in the matrix as infinite. Okay, so let's start solving this problem using adjacency matrix. So the first step will be what? To convert this graph into a adjacency matrix form. Okay, into adjacency matrix form where the value will be the distances connecting the vertex. Okay, so what we need to do is that in first step we need to construct the matrix having intermediate vertex as 0, like there will not be any intermediate vertex first. So if we see in the graph, we find that the distance of vertex to itself will be what? It will be 0. So from vertex 1 to 1, we need to fill it with 0. Now from 1 to 2. So if we see in this graph, there is no direct connection from vertex 1 to 2. So if there is no direct connection from vertex 1 to 2, like if there is like no intermediate vertex available between vertex 1 to 2, then at that case the distance will be infinite. That vertex 2 is not reachable directly from vertex 1. Now next is from vertex 1 to 3. So if we see in the graph, we find that without having any intermediate vertex between 1 to 3, there is a direct edge having -2 as a weight value. So we'll fill it with -2. So initially we have to construct the matrix having distances as a value, and those distances or weight will be associated to the edge that is connecting the vertex pair directly, okay, without using any intermediate vertex. So that's why it's k equals to 0. After constructing k equals to 0, what we have to do is that we have to take each vertex as an intermediate vertex and needs to construct the matrix again having shortest distance value, assuming each vertex as its intermediate. So right now k equals to 1. It means that vertex 1 is an intermediate. So if vertex 1 is an intermediate, like we need to use the formula, that is, in order to fill this matrix having vertex 1 is an intermediate, either the shortest path will be the same, or it will be like I to k or I to k plus k to j, k to j. Okay, so this represents the that vertex connection without having any intermediate. So in order to fill this having intermediate vertex as vertex 1, we need to use the value which we have calculated in previous matrix. Okay, in previous matrix, because shortest path can be the direct edge or it can be the edge connecting via intermediate vertex. So minimum of both this case will help to find the shortest path. Okay, so if we see in this graph, we find that for intermediate vertex 1, vertex 1 column and vertex 1 row, vertex 1 column and vertex 1 row, this is vertex 1 column and its row will be same, because vertex 1 is not because vertex 1 is acting as an intermediate vertex, and those vertex connecting to vertex 1 directly without having any intermediate will have the same value as previously calculated without using any intermediate. Okay, so that's why for vertex 1 and column, for vertex 1 row, the value will be same. Now we need to calculate for this value 2 comma 2 in this matrix. We have already calculated this matrix. Using this matrix we'll calculate this, using this we'll calculate this. Okay, so now if we see in the graph, 2 comma 2 is nothing but the self vertex. Okay, so its value will be 0. Now next is 2 comma 3. So for calculating 2 comma 3, we need to use this formula, that is at the k minus 1 matrix, that is k minus 1. So value of k is 1, k minus 1 means 0. So previously calculated matrix, what were the distances between the vertex 2 comma 3. So if we see in this, we find that the direct distance is nothing but 3. For vertex 2 comma 3, the shortest distance is 3. Okay, and if we use vertex 1 as an intermediate, so what is the shortest distance value? Okay, so what we need to do, we need to use this from 2 to 1. we need to go via 2 to 1 and 1 to 3. So if we see in this matrix, 2 to 1 is what? It's 4. 2 to 1 is 4 and 1 to 3 is what? 1 to 3 is minus 2. So this is value is 2. So if we compare the value with the edge connecting 2 and 3 vertex directly, or with the edge using 1 as the intermediate vertex, we find that the path using intermediate vertex have shortest distance, shortest weight. So we'll fill 2 comma 3 with the shortest distance. So the value of 2 comma 3 is what? It's 2. Okay. Similarly, we need to calculate for 2 comma 4 using this formula, like the value for 2 comma 4 directly in previous calculated matrix, or from 2 to 1 and 1 to 4. So by assuming 1 as an intermediate vertex, I have calculated this matrix. Now next is when 2 will be the intermediate vertex. So if 2 is the intermediate vertex, we need to use previously calculated values, like the values which we have calculated when we assume 1 as an intermediate vertex in order to calculate this matrix. Okay, so if I generalize the formula, the formula is, that is d to the power k minus 1 of I comma j, or d to the power, it's not power, it means the intermediate vertex, I to k and plus k minus 1 to j. Okay, k minus 1 to j. So minimum of this will be the shortest distance path between vertex I and j. So if we see in this, the value for column having vertex 2 and row having vertex 2 will be same as that of the previous value. Okay, will be same. So 402 infinity, 402 infinity, and for column it's infinity 0 infinity minus 1, infinity 0 infinity minus 1. So if we assume any vertex as an intermediate vertex, its row and column value will be same as that of previous value. Okay, and we need to calculate for other vertex considering vertex 2 as an intermediate vertex. So what we have to do is that k minus 1. So our intermediate vertex is 2. So 2 minus 1 means 1. So we need to check for the previously calculated values where we assume 1 as an intermediate vertex in order to calculate this. So likewise, we'll be calculating for 3 as an intermediate vertex and for 4 as an intermediate vertex. So there are 4 vertices. So up to 4 vertex we need to calculate it. So the values which will be obtaining after calculating for all the vertex, assuming all the vertex as an intermediate vertex, will get this value. And it is nothing but the final shortest distance weight or the path connecting all pair vertices. So from 1 to 1 it's 0. From 1 to 2 the answer, the shortest path will be minus 1. From 1 to 3 it will be minus 2. So this is the all pair shortest path value. Okay. So if we see the time complexity, we find that this algorithm uses 3 for loops. One is for vertex I, like 0 to V for vertex I, for vertex J, and for vertex K. Because see, K is moving from 0 to 4. We have to iterate I also from the for number of vertices. We have to iterate J also for number of vertices. So basically it will be 3 for loops. So the time complexity will be big of VQ, and its algorithm is quite simple. We need to use 3 for loops iterating with up to number of vertices, and then we need to use this formula in order to fill the value inside the matrix. Okay. Now, if suppose there will be a negative weight cycle in the graph. So if there will be negative weight cycle in the graph, then if we calculated the shortest distance path up to n vertices which are available in the graph, so we got this matrix, we got this final value. If in the diagonal, any negative value will be there, After computing this algorithm and finally obtaining the value, all shortest path value between all pairs, if we get the diagonal value, any one diagonal value as negative, it means that there is a negative weight cycle. So cycle means if you are starting from a vertex and if you are reaching to that vertex, it means your I will be the vertex V, and you are reaching that vertex, that is J. It's also vertex V. It means the diagonal part. So after computing this algorithm, if in the diagonal part, if there will be any negative value, it means that there is a negative weight cycle. So this algorithm will fail if there will be a negative weight cycle in a graph. Okay. So I have already explained about Dijkstra and Bellman. Dijkstra and Bellman-Ford algorithm also fails for negative weight cycle. Okay. And even Floyd-Warshall algorithm also fail for negative weight cycle. So the time complexity is big of V cube for this Floyd-Warshall algorithm.